Welcome back. The annual budget presentation will detail the government's work agenda for the financial year and present its policies aimed at growing the economy and improving the way of life for citizens. During the recent launch of the Jazz Festival, Prime Minister Alan Shasney gave a preliminary overview of what can be expected from this year's budget.
The annual budget address typically takes place in the month of April and commences with the appropriation bill address by Prime Minister Alan Shasney. The 2019-2020 budget outlined by Shasney focused on affordable health care, quality education, citizen safety, increased tourism arrivals, improved agricultural exports, and development of infrastructure. At the recent launch of Jazz, the Prime Minister was probed for information regarding the 2020-2021 budget. Shasney says the upcoming budget will look to build upon the foundation set by the previous budgets during his tenure.
In my fourth year of budget, and so therefore it's really the continuation of a journey. And so it really has been about turning this country around, putting the fiscal narrative of St. Lucia in a way in which people respect us and people have confidence in us. And we continue that journey. This is a very tough year with the number of bonds that we have to turn around. But the good news is we're, I believe, on our fourth year of economic growth. All of the critical macro numbers, debt to GDP, unemployment, are all going in the right direction.
The Prime Minister says the goal remains for St. Lucia to reap the benefits of the continued hard work of his administration. He notes the visible fruits of the government's labor are starting to bear.
I'm very excited about the level of investment taking place in the country, and that physically St. Lucians will now start to see the result of a lot of hard work over the last 3 years.
The 2019-2020 budget was met with heavy speculation from detractors who questioned whether the current administration had bitten off more than it could chew. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solaj Alfred.
The leader of the opposition, Philip J. Pierre, says after listening to Prime Minister Alan Shasney's New Year's address to the nation, he is completely unmoved. Pierre says the address was simply a case of same old words, New Year. He says everything about the speech was predictable, and so there is nothing new to hear.
There is nothing new under the sun, and to the leader of the opposition, St. Lucia Labour Party, this includes Prime Minister Alan Shasney's New Year address to the nation, which was aired on Sunday. Sitting with members of the media on Wednesday, Philip J. Pierre was asked for his opinion on the speech, to which he responded that he heard nothing that has not been said before.
What I did on Sunday is the same watered-down version, the same promises. I mean, I've heard these promises before. If you look at every budget address, you have promises of 5 hotels, and I've made that prediction. I don't know if you remember, you listen, that this year is going to be the year of turning the sword. I've said so many times before. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not really perturbed.
Pierre said, on the other hand, he does have a number of concerns, and these are the matters that he would like to see addressed by the PM ASAP.
What I'm perturbed of is the future of our country. I'm perturbed at the debt levels that are rising. I'm perturbed at the sense, at the feeling among business people, small business people, that there is no hope. I'm perturbed at people who believe that they are losing the country. I'm perturbed at people in the hospital who up to today we have not got a clear signal from the government as to what is going to happen with the OKEU. The Prime Minister changes his mind all the time about the OKEU hospital. So I'm not worried about what the Prime Minister said. That's not my greatest concern. I don't think the greatest concern of the people of St. Lucia. I think the concern of people is the future, the vision and the plan that our party has for the country.
Pierre said now that he has allowed the leader of the nation the courtesy of addressing the nation first, he will be delivering his address as the leader of the opposition on Sunday. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
Jalim Yudovic is starting off 2020 with 2 new accolades to bring in the new year. He was recently selected as brand ambassador for St. Lucia and also appointed as the sculptor for 2 monuments to be erected at the grave sites of St. Lucia's Nobel laureates. Yudovic says he aims to remain humble in 2020 and he is thankful to receive such recognition for his work and commitment to the arts.
Jalem Udovic, who is among 7 to serve as St. Lucia's brand ambassadors, says he is thankful for the continued recognition he has received from the government of St. Lucia and his fellow citizens. He says though he has long served as an ambassador during his travels, he is grateful to be officially inducted and plans to make the most of the opportunity.
But it's always a wonderful feeling when one is validated and and appreciated for the contribution to society. I took the news with a great level of humility. But also seriousness, because it's time to work. So this is an opportunity for me to leverage the prestige and the influence and the power that comes with this new position, not for my benefit but for the benefit of my country. I've always been an ambassador of sorts. So this for me is just a formalization of what I've always been doing. I will tell you that I'll be fully devoted in looking for opportunities, globally. Wherever I travel for my country, wherever an opportunity exists, I will capitalize on that opportunity for the benefit of my fellow men.
Udovic, who has been an artist since the age of 5, has created a number of sculptures which have been exhibited around the world. Locally, he is known for the All-In Monument on the Castries waterfront, which was erected as part of last year's Independence Observation. Udovic says he is always welcoming to opportunities which allow him to highlight the greatness of St. Lucia and the accomplishments of its people. The government of St. Lucia has commissioned 2 monuments from Udovic to honor St. Lucia's Nobel laureates, Sir Derek Walcott and Sir Arthur Lewis.
This is an opportunity that I've accepted with great humility and elation, because I'm always happy when this opportunity comes up. There's no greater joy for me than being given the opportunity to do something that symbolizes a great St. Lucian, or a great time in our history, and this is what I live for, and so you can expect something spectacular.
He hopes that the Brand Ambassador program affords him the opportunity to be more involved with the nation's youth, teaching them his craft and ensuring that the sculpting industry in St. Lucia is passed down to the next generation. For 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
After stepping into the groovy soca arena last year, Calypsonian Ignatius the Invader Thyssen says though he did not capture the title, he will not be deterred from a second attempt at the crown. Thyssen says he fully supports the move to have the Dennery segment music in its own competition.
Roll it, baby, roll it, baby. Yeah, from you walking the fence.
Calypso icon Ignatius Invader Thyssen is gearing up to release an exciting series of tracks in the upcoming year. The 4-time Calypso Monarch and 7-time Road Monarch champion has expressed his excitement to work alongside Stratosphere Productions for another shot at the groovy soca Monarch title.
2020 is a leap year, so this year I go be leaping. I plan to make my contribution in the Calypso arena, and also I did pretty good in the groovy last year. So I also intend to make another attempt at winning the Groovy Monarch, which is the only crown that I haven't won in Calypso. So I promise the fans that 2020 will be very interesting. There's no shortage of topics.
The veteran performer has been competing in the Calypso arena for more than 30 years. He made history in 2010 when he won his 4th Calypso Monarch title, 17 years after his last win. He was one of the first Calypsonians to be inducted into the St. Lucia Calypso Hall of Fame, and in 2001 received the St. Lucia Medal of Merit for his service towards the development of the performing arts in the island. The decorated artist says he is keeping a keen eye on the development of St. Lucia's Dennery segment genre and would like to see it given the recognition it deserves. Thyssen says this can only come with the commission of a long overdue Kuduro Monarch competition.
Girl, I only have one wish. It's to
I believe Kuduro is a new discipline, and as every other discipline, there's the power soca, there's the groovy soca. We want to mix up and get disoriented with the fact that Kuduro is a new discipline, and I believe that they should give a lot of interest and put a lot of effort into organizing a Kuduro competition.
With high hopes of conquering the groovy soca Monarch title this year, the only title that has eluded him thus far, Tissot says the creation of a Kuduro title could issue a new era for Papa Veda, adding yet another monarchy to conquer. For Hot 7 News, I am Jack Oding.
Hey! Cock up your waist and wine. Let me know. Let me know. Come.
Roll it, baby. Roll it, baby.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.